Jasprit Bumrah going wicketless, Virat Kohli getting out for a golden duck. If I had told you this is what you're going to see in an India versus USA game in cricket, you wouldn't have believed me. But that's exactly what's happened in this particular game. India have won, but you have to admit that the USA team, the host, did give this mighty Indian team a scare. 110 is all that the USA team had managed batting first, and you thought that was going to be easy peasy for the Indian team. They would win at a canter. That wasn't to be. It was a scare, all right. Came very, very close to probably upsetting the Indian team, but I think in the end, the experience of the Indian team proved to be the difference between winning and losing. The Indian team per se would be very happy to see the last of New York. Remember, they have played their first three games of this T20 World Cup at this very ground, which is right behind me, and Captain Rohit Sharma said it in as many words, saying he's thankful that this leg has come to an end. And why does he say that? He says that primarily because of the pitches that were on offer. These were the pitches that could have caused the Indian team even to lose to the US of A. Positives for India in this game, those players that hadn't been in top form, that hadn't been setting the stage on fire, came good today, namely Suryakumar Yadav with that half century, Shivam Dube chipping in with some runs. He was under the pump before this because of lack of form, and then more importantly Arshdeep Singh also picking up 4 wickets. So I think if there were a few problem areas for India, that in a way have also been sorted out. Those players have gotten something under their belt which will probably help them going forward in the tournament. Overall, but I think the story of the match has to be the performance of the USA team. I think the jokes before this game, H1B team versus the Indian team, or Aadhaar card versus green card, all of them, I think you can put them to bed, because what the USA team is showing is that they are no pushover. They are no India C, no India D team. Firstly, they have a mix of players from all across the world, so that is one thing to notice about them, and that they've got depth. What they are telling you, that win against Pakistan was not a one-off. Yes, this win has guaranteed India, and I think that's the biggest significance of this win. This win has guaranteed India a spot in the Super 8. That was never really in doubt. But what it has also shown is that this USA team is very well capable of beating Ireland and making it to the Super 8 on themselves. They don't need to rely on rain or Pakistan. That is another thing if it happens, but on their own, they are looking pretty good to beat Ireland in the last game and qualify. In fact, that's the chatter here. After this game, most people are saying USA have proven that they are the second best team in this group. This is a group that comprises of Ireland, a test playing nation. This is a group that comprises of Pakistan, winners of this tournament, last time's finalists. And for USA, the debutants at this World Cup, to be called the second best team, I think that says a lot. So good on the team from USA. They have really gotten a few fans. I met Indian Americans who were supporting India but were also wearing USA hats or the USA flag on their faces, and they are also proud of this USA team so far. The one controversy that did happen in this game, and I heard a few fans that were backing the USA team saying that they got robbed of a win. Close game could have converted into India's win had those 5 penalty runs not been given. Well, to those people I'll say that, listen, this is a rule. This is a rule that wasn't just made for this game. This is a rule that the USA team should have been aware of. This was a rule that was told to all teams before the tournament started. In fact, if you watch our coverage on Sports Today regularly, you would have known we did a video on the new rule that was to start from this tournament. That was the stop clock rule, which basically said that you have 60 seconds after the last ball of an over is bowled and the first ball of the next over is bowled. 60 seconds. That time clock, if you're in the stadium, goes up on the screen and teams can see that. Within 60 seconds, you have to start the next over, and you're given 2 warnings. If it happens for the 3rd time in an innings, you have to give 5 penalty runs to the opposition. USA team were guilty of that. 5 runs went to the Indian team. Yes, it came at a very precarious time. The match was delicately poised. Maybe from there the balance completely tilted towards the Indian team, but that's how the cookie crumbles. You should have been aware of those rules. I'll tell you what, I saw the Indian team in the game previously versus Pakistan hurrying between their overs. looking at that stop clock. So if they were, wary of that rule, were very mindful of that rule, the USA team also needed to do that. But all I'd say, India marched through Super 8. Looks like USA could be next. They've done their fans proud, and as things stand right now, cricket in the USA, you are trying to push cricket in the USA by just hosting the World Cup. I think the biggest push for cricket in the USA will come with the way this USA team is playing. I'm afraid that's all the time that we have on this match report. Do give us a like if you enjoy our content. Share it with your cricket loving friends. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. Nikhil Nas signing off.